It was one of the deadliest air disasters in human history. At first, only screws and bolts fell from the sky. People were curious, not terrified, but soon, the night sky rained steel. Miles away on a farm, luggage and bodies came crashing down like a deathly air raid. Bodies fell like raindrops, smashing into the ground in pieces. A man dressed as Santa Claus, having just delivered gifts, watched a fiery meteor streak across the sky and turn the small town into hell on Earth. Covered in ash, the residents woke from their sleep to find a massive burning crater, bigger than a playground, where their neighbor's house had been just minutes ago. They couldn't bring themselves to say the truth aloud. Their neighbors weren't just dead, they'd been obliterated. A journalist driving nearby heard a breaking news alert over the radio. A Boeing 747 had disappeared over Lockerbie, Scotland. He immediately turned his car around and rushed to the scene. The moment he stepped out, the stench of burning flesh filled the air. The ground was littered with bodies, and broken human limbs hung from trees. A little girl lay on top of a car, looking eerily peaceful, like Sleeping Beauty, a haunting sight that made the reporter tremble uncontrollably. Elsewhere, the police received a call from a farmer. At first, they didn't believe it. If the plane had crashed into Lockerbie, how could wreckage be miles away? But guided by locals, they arrived at the site. What they saw next was so horrific that if you're planning to fly soon, you might not want to know the details. It could haunt you. A farmer held the body of an infant in his arms. He couldn't bear to leave the child lying on the ground. He told police that he had tried to count the victims, but after 50, he couldn't go on. Meanwhile, Jesse, a father waiting at home for his daughter to arrive for Christmas, saw the news and called the airline, clinging to hope that it wasn't true, that his daughter hadn't boarded Pan Am Flight 103. But minutes later, the airline confirmed the worst.
Are you completely sure? Information?
No!
The disaster struck at night, but the full weight of sorrow didn't hit the rescuers until morning. Daylight revealed every terrible detail. The corpses hanging from rooftops, the fragments of lives torn apart. The sheer horror of death that covered the town was overwhelming, too much for anyone to bear looking at for more than a moment.